Hello everybody, this is Haplo. This is my first video. I'm going to do a mod swapping video to kind of show what I do. Feel free to take it for what it's worth, and if anything works better for you, please do it. I'm going to do this through Squad Arena, just so you can see the full team. We'll go from there. So, for each raid I have a different kind of set list of people I play with. This is obviously the Sith. Here's HAT. You'll see the teams again. Rancor is only really one now. Territory Wars. Got everybody doing. So for this mod swapping video, we're looking at the Jedi Training Array C3PO team, which is this one. And so kind of show you each character at the same time, but you'll get the feel of it by looking at one. So first one up is Jedi Training Rey. So right now, Rey is modded just as I have her modded. You know, every Grand Arena and Territory battles, not for the raid. You'll see it on the side here. She's mostly potency and health. There's no reason for that except for she's fast with this, like 249. Good set of B-level mods. But for the raid, we're going to assign her Sith raid mods. And you'll see at the top here I have a whole bunch of different heroic Sith raid mod sets. Some for bounty hunters, some for Ewoks, Imperial troopers, the Jedi, Maven, that's the Darth Raven Malak team, Night Sisters, Resistance, which is what we'll come back to, some Sith ones that are just kind of holdovers, and then what I call supply. Now, Thorolk Bane asked, how do you kind of keep mods on everybody when you're mod swapping? And the short answer is, you can't. When you mod swap, you want to do it right before you go in, and when you're done, you want to mod swap back. This supply tab is basically everybody I'm going to steal mods from, to the extent they're not already in a tab already that you see. So I'm going to steal some mods from Chewbacca's resting set, Akbar's resting set, Bosk's resting set. So when I want to switch back, all I have to do is kind of come to supply one for these guys, and I can get them back to where they were. So I'm back to where I was before the raid. So starting with Jedi Training Rey, you'll see I have them all kind of labeled. So this is, you'll see it to the right here, Jedi Training Rey's normal set, and then down here, Jedi Training Rey's heroic Sith raid set. So when I equip that on, it'll show you that I'm stealing it from Jevin and Devin. And so when I pay the $76,000 or Zenny, I'm going to rip them off those guys. They're going to be missing mods, and they're going to be on my Jedi Training Rey, and her resting set will be gone. So let's do that. And you'll see I'm boosting. Health goes down, protection goes up, speed goes up, critical damage goes up, potency, yada, yada, yada. Her damage output goes up, which is what I really want for her. For the Sith raid, it's really kind of a mixture for Rey and almost everybody on this team. For the Sith raid is speed versus damage. Okay, so once we're done with her, we kind of go back, and then we're going to do it to R2. R2 is interesting. So his normal resting set is about speed, and for me, I like him to be high potency because I want him to stun. But for the heroic Sith raid, what I really want him for is damage, and you'll see he's taking from everybody, and this takes a while to kind of sit down and go through and try to get your optimum kind of assignment. But he's stealing from Chewbacca, he's stealing from Bastila, he's stealing from everybody. So once we put him on, you can see his speed goes down a little, which is unfortunate. I could probably work on that. His protection goes up, which is good, because BB-8's going to give him protection every time he does his Mass Assist, Illuminated Destiny. But what we really want is damage to go up, and I'll show you why in a second. But his damage output is going through the roof here, almost 1,000 more. And we want that because if you look at his combat and or number crunch, you'll see that at the start of the battle and when he revives, he gives everybody 10% of his max protection, offense, max health, and potency. So the more offense R2 has, the more offense he can give to the big hitter on the team, Finn. Okay, next we go to BB-8. Now BB-8's interesting. And I say interesting because if you look at BB-8's standing mods, this is my little secret, which I'm going to share with all of you. He's got 291, which means this set is already incredibly fast. He has what I call my legendary Gear 11 speed set. It's not 6 dot, so anybody can use them. And so if I have a legendary event where all my guys are Gear 11, like when I was going for C3PO, his set is the fastest set I could have on anybody. And I don't 6 dot him, even though it would probably be better for me in the arena to 6 dot him. I leave him this way on purpose so I can mod swap him for whatever legendary event that I don't have or Gear 12 characters. Well, anyway, for the Sith raid, we're going to put on his speed set. Actually, I forgot. He doesn't have one. Sorry about that. He's already fast enough. Okay, so that's all that. So next we go to C3PO. Now C3PO is standing set is 225 with decent potency. You always want potency on him, but we can beef that up a little bit more with mod swapping. So we put on his set, and you can see he's taken from my Dooku and my Chief Chirpa, and he goes down 2 speed, but he goes up 20% potency. And so when I post the video on my run, you'll see why. It is more important for him to be that much more potent than it is for him to have 2 extra speed. I should work on his speed. The faster he is, the more damage I'll do, but I can still do between 8 and 9.5 million, sometimes even over 10 on the first phase of the Sith heroic, the Sith raid. Okay, all right, that gets put on. All right, next is obviously Finn. Oop, lost him there. Let's get it back. Okay, put him back. All right, so Finn's standing set is just, pretty much the same as what his Sith raid set will be. It's just a little slower, and it's all 6 dot mods because he's not one of my Alpha team members. Put him on the Finn set. He's taking from those 3. That goes on. He gets 221. And you can see now he's hitting over 300 damage, 3,000 damage. Okay. And that's it. So I've now officially mod swapped for the Sith raid. So if this was the Sith raid, I'd now jump in and start fighting. Since it's not the Sith raid, and it's just a kind of video on showing mod swapping, I can show you what happens when you're done. And this is for Thor Bulk. Bane 79. So when the mission's over and I want to get back so I don't lose my place, say for ships or for squad arena, I kind of just go to characters, hit mods, and you'll see right away that, oh crap, everyone's missing. So go to Revan, hit assign loadout, scroll up to where I have his mods, boom. And then I'm pulling them from those 2 guys. And I confirm. And I do that for everybody. It's a big pain in the ass. It takes time. If you set yourself up, though, everybody can happen pretty quickly. Down, down, down. There's the bugs. Chewbacca. I said before we'd be coming to supply. Come to supply. Pull them off. Confirm that. Going back. Jedi training race standing. And this is important. You always want to make sure you have their standing safe, too. So you can pull it back as fast as possible, because honestly, if you don't do it right after you do your raid, you're going to forget, and that's when you wake up and you've dropped 200 levels in the squad arena or your ships have gotten their ass kicked because all their 6 dots mods are gone. Alright, who was that, C3? Yeah, so C3 has got his standing set. And sooner or later, you're not going to be pulling off guys anymore. You're just going to be pulling off from your base. But you just want to make sure you don't miss anybody because, as I said, that sucks. Okay, so just giving me a minute. You'll see I have her under Sith. I don't know why. She probably should be under Jedi, but she's not. She's neither, so I guess it doesn't matter where it is as long as you know where it is. Ewoks. Stop really using them except for the kitchen sink, but maybe they'll become, more prevalent again once the Cheese Storm, which is Death Storm plus Whiny Crybaby or Jedi Knight Anakin. Okay, we should be almost done now. I think we're just looking for Finn. Oh yeah, it's Dooku 2. He's under the Sith. Okay, boom. And I know this is kind of boring from here, so you can fast forward or get out. But I think it's important to see what the whole procedure looks like. Alright. I just have to put one on her. Okay. So once you get to the bottom, I always double check just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, no. See, I'm missing a bunch here. Went too fast. Supply. Commander Luke Skywalker. Confirm. My Jevin. Okay. Jedi Revan. And that's that. And just one other thing, because the next team I'm going to be using is my Jedi team for Phase 2, I have it set up that I don't actually have to mod swap for them. The only person I would mod swap for is Hermit Yoda. I'd swap him out for his set, and his set, just to go to show you what I was talking about before with BB-8, is mostly BB-8 and one thing of R2-D2, just because it works better. And that's that. So that's the end of the video. I hope it's helpful. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, either on Discord or I can modify the video or show you another video for another team if you wish. Okay, everybody.